And now we will learn how to customize the icon bar. Customizing the icon bar means that we're going to set up shortcuts to windows that would normally open from the main menu. We can add, edit, or remove icons from the Customize Icon Bar window. So let me show you how it works. These icons on the left are simply shortcuts to opening the same windows that you could open from the main menu. For example, the home. If you click here, you can open the home window. We talked about that in the previous video. But that's just a shortcut from the main menu. If you click Company, Home Page, the very same window will open up. Now, even though we don't use the home page, we can still use the icon bar so that we can simplify our QuickBooks usage very, very much right at the beginning. First, change the icon bar from the side view to the top view. That gives you a lot more control over the icons and the position of the icons, and it makes it much easier to work with. From the top left of the main menu, click View, and then click Top Icon Bar. Now you can see here are all the shortcuts. For example, if you click Vendors, the Vendor Center opens. You don't have to click Vendors from the icon bar. You can go to the main menu and click Vendors, Vendor Center. But it's nicer to just see an icon and click on it rather than memorize all of the different main menu choices. So, to remove the icons from the icon bar, we open the Customize Icon Bar window. From the top left, click View, Customize Icon Bar. And each of these little words represents one of the icons across the top of the bar. If we start at the bottom and keep clicking Delete, you will see that they are being removed as we delete them from the Customize Icon Bar window. Please note, if you don't click OK and you just close the window, they come back. So you have to reopen the Customize Icon Bar window, and after you delete all of the ones that you wish to remove, you can click OK. Now, then the question is, what do we want to put up in the icon bar? Well, contractors always make estimates. So we should probably have a shortcut to estimates in the icon bar. From the main menu, click Customers, Create Estimates. Now, here's how you add a window shortcut to the icon bar. At the moment the window is in front of you, go to the top left and click View, and there should be a choice with the name of that window that happens to be open that you can add to the icon bar. So we click View, Add Create Estimates to the icon bar. For now, just click OK. Now if we close it out and click here, we see the estimate opens. Same thing with invoice. Contractors always need to make invoices. So the first time you open the invoice, it will be from the main menu. Click Customers, Create Invoice. At the moment the invoice window is the active window in front of you, click View, Add Create Invoice to the icon bar, and then click OK, and now you have a shortcut for invoice. Now, shortcuts are fine, but the really great thing about the icon bar is that it can memorize reports after we customize them. And you will learn more details about customizing reports in the future. For now, just follow step by step and you'll get enough of the idea to be able to really understand the importance of the icon bar. So, here are the reports we will add to the icon bar and we will customize as we do them. The trial balance. You will learn in a future video how the trial balance is your main report. It shows the results of all your accounts in the chart of accounts. But for now, let's just add it to the icon bar. From the main menu, click Reports, Accountant and Taxes, Trial Balance. Now, you may well notice that at the moment you open the trial balance, By default, it only shows the results of whatever the last month transactions are. Since I am recording this video in January of 2018, that means that the last month for me was December of 2017. And of course, I did not record any 2017 transactions yet. So the first step in customization would be to click the pull-down menu, scroll all the way up, and tell QuickBooks we want this report to show the results of all transactions regardless of date. We have now slightly customized this report. If you look in the top left above the date pull-down, there's a button for customization. Every single one of QuickBooks reports has the same buttons and the same options across the top. We will click Customize Report, and then we will notice that a window opens up that is specific for customizing any QuickBooks report. Notice there are 4 tabs of information. Click the click the fourth one that says Fonts and Numbers, then click Change Font, scroll down to a slightly bigger font, then when you click OK here, click Yes, and then click the big OK, and you will notice that the fonts in the report have changed. So that's 2 examples of how to customize a report. Now here is the bad news. If we close this window right now, we lose all of the customizations. But if we do this, go to the top left and click View, add Trial Balance to the icon bar, and we just click OK, you will notice, oh, by the way, just click the Don't Bother Me box when you get a pop-up that you don't understand. Click No. Now notice, if we click from the icon bar, the report looks the way it looked at the moment we saved it with all of the customization. But if we went all the way back to the beginning and clicked Reports, Accountant and Taxes Trial Balance, it would open up the way it looked originally with the default date and the default font. So now you can see the difference between opening up a report from the icon bar and from the main menu. And now we will go a little more deeply into customizing reports and customizing the icon bar. The report we will put up now is called the Journal. Now the Journal is one of the greatest and most helpful reports in QuickBooks. However, we're only going to discuss it a little bit here, and there are future videos that clearly explain how great the Journal is and exactly how to use it. For now, we're just using the Journal as an example of how to further customize a report and further customize the icon bar. So, from the main menu, click Reports, Accountant and Taxes, Journal. Now don't worry about this. This is just telling you a little more about some of the available features in QuickBooks. Click the Don't Bother Me box and click OK. Now the Journal opens up with a default date setting similar to the trial balance. The first thing we will do to change the Journal is to click the pull-down arrow and choose the top choice, All. We are telling QuickBooks that we want the Journal to show the results of all transactions regardless of date. The second thing we will do is get rid of the irrelevant columns and put in the columns that we need. The way to do that is to go to the top left and click the Customize Report button and simply uncheck what we don't need. So each item listed here is a column that's listed across the top of the Journal. So what can we remove? Well, we can remove the margin. We can remove the ADJ column because that's for accountants for adjustments. So if I click that and remove it and then click OK, it's no longer in the report. Again, click Customize Report and make sure you have the Display tab shown so you can choose which columns should and should not be there. If you scroll all the way down, you can remove the memo, click OK. Now there's no memo field taking up space for columns that we will need. We should also remove debit and credit and replace it with one column, just the money amount. Customize Report. Scroll all the way down to where it says debit and credit. Click to remove the check mark and then click amount and then click OK. So now we have a column for the money amount instead of two separate columns for the debit and the credit. Believe me, this will be more helpful. Now we're going to add one more column. We're going to add a column that will show you the time and date that the transaction was actually recorded, regardless of the date of the transaction itself. So we click Customize Report, and then we click this one, fourth from the top, Entered Last Modified. Click OK. Now we have a report that will show us every single transaction that was ever entered into this file. The beautiful thing about the journal is it shows you in the order in which it was entered, regardless of date. And regardless of the date of the transaction, you'll always be able to see the date that it was entered and modified. So now the journal looks the way we need it to look. So let's go ahead and save it to the icon bar. From the top left of the main menu, click View, and then click Add Journal to the icon bar, and then stop here. I want to explain what this little thing is that comes up before the icon is added. The label is the word that will show at the bottom of the icon. For example, the label here is Invoice, and the label here is Trial Balance. Instead of having it show Journal, let's type in the word My. Oops. Okay. My Journal. Now if I click, don't click OK yet. If I click OK, the journal will be up here, but it won't say Journal. It'll say My Journal because that's the label that you put on the icon. The description field, whatever you type in here, will be the mouse tooltip when you hover the mouse over the icon. So when I click OK, notice it says My Journal in the label. And when I hover the mouse over it, I get all of the gibberish that I typed in to the description field. So that's the purpose of the label field, and that's the purpose of the description field. And of course, when I open it from the icon bar, it looks very much different than it looked at first when I opened it from the main menu. Now, to fully customize the icon bar, you can reopen the View, Customize Icon Bar window, and in addition to deleting or adding, you can change the order of the icons just by clicking and dragging. Actually, you have to click this diamond here on the end. Click and drag it up, and notice the order will change according to what you put in the Customize Icon Bar window.